Hey, everybody. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Happy holiday. Hey, 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 hey.
Call me one day.
Okay. Happy holiday. Excited to have you guys on here this morning. What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Excited to have you guys on here today. I've got some special guests that's coming on. Hey, Lori, happy holiday. I got some special guests that are coming on today that have some pretty amazing testimony. And so I can't wait for you guys to see it. Yes, Carl, we got to work. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. You already know. Hey, good morning, Leslie. What's going on? Dee Dee, what's up? Happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays. So I'm excited because we got some pretty great stories coming on here this morning. We got John Maybane in the building. And so we're going to have an opportunity to hear from him as a single father. I believe his story is, or we're going to hear from him ourselves. So I'm excited about that. What's up, Charla? Good morning. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Marie. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, guys. Glad to have you guys on here this morning. We're going to have a great call today. Yes, it's going to be a very, very, very good call today. Hi, Joy. What's up? Okay, let me see. Let me try. Okay, John, I don't know if you can hear me or see me, but I can't see you. So look and see if you see a button where it says stop cam. So maybe we can see you then. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with prayer this morning, and then we'll jump right on. What's up, Nicholas? Hey, Layla. Layla, are you on here? I don't see you, honey. I don't see you in my backstage. I don't see you on my backstage. I should be able to hit you and bring you right on. I see John is back here. John, hit stop cam so I can see you, okay? All right, so guys, you know how I like to start everything with prayer. So let's start there. Father, we thank you, Lord, for this holiday. We thank you, Holy Spirit, that you are the great counselor, the great teacher, the great helper, the great provider. Holy Spirit, we look to you to teach us how to master these trades, to master the charts. We thank you that we understand and we comprehend ideas, concepts quickly and easily. We thank you, Holy Spirit, that our footsteps have been ordered by the Lord, that you're blessing our going in, blessing our coming out, blessing us in the city and blessing us in the field, blessing everywhere the bottom of our feet tread. God, I thank you that we're alert, we're of quick understanding, that all we put our hands to shall prosper. We thank you for every person, God, up under the sound of my voice, that they have ears to hear what the Spirit of the Lord has to say. I declare great prosperity to overtake them, abundant harvest, overtake them right now. The second half of 2020 will go over and beyond what they dreamed or imagined. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, let me try John now. Oh man, John, we still can't see you. Hey, Jaleesa, what's up, girl?
Hi.
Hey. Okay, just try to get in some more light because we can't see your beautiful face. So see if you can get in some more light. All right, awesome. John, you're gonna have to hit stop cam so we can see you, sir. Stop cam so we can bring you up on the video. So listen, Jaleesa, I'm excited to have you on here this morning. I understand you have a pretty cool story, so I want to jump right on in here. Guys, go ahead and share this feed because, you know, this platform that we have is pretty amazing. It's life-changing. It's changing lives. Basically, what we're doing is we're teaching everyday people how to trade foreign currency, how to trade cryptocurrency, how to learn how to trade stock options. I mean, literally, we have a gamut of wealth strategies that you can set your heart to, set your attention to, and get tons of support. And so we're going to have an opportunity to hear from everyday people that have made a decision to learn how to trade with us and that have experienced some success. So, Jaleesa, welcome. I'm excited to have you, girl.
Hello.
Hey. So I'm excited to have you on here. Tell me a little bit about yourself, because I love hearing how it's just everyday people coming on from all over. So tell us a little bit about Jaleesa. learn how to trade with us and that have experienced some success. So, Jaleesa, welcome. I'm excited to have you, girl.
Hello.
So, okay, so I'm excited to have you on here. Okay, Jaleesa, you got some feedback going, babe. Am I going on your phone too?
No, let me close this out. I'm sorry about that.
Lisa, welcome. I'm excited to have you, girl. Hello. So, okay, so I'm excited to have you on here. Okay, Jaleesa, you got some feedback going, babe. Okay, she jumped off, so hopefully she'll get back on here in a minute. New to technology. I get it. We're all learning, right? We're all figuring this thing out. John, I see you in the back office, but I don't see your camera, buddy. So try to come back on, okay? All right, so let me just go ahead and tell you a little bit about how this platform works while we're waiting for our guests to get back on here. But I partnered with this company 4 years ago, and I'll tell anybody, I think it was one of the smartest financial decisions I could have ever made. John, you gotta stop your, you gotta hit stop cam so we can see your video.
Hey Doc, it looks like I'm having some trouble here with I'm gonna plug in directly to my internet to see if that fixes it.
Okay, perfect. Because I hear you, but I don't see you.
Yeah, see.
Okay, cool.
Give me a little bit of time. Give me like 40 seconds.
Okay, cool.
Because I got Apple, so I got to put the extension in.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah. But let me tell you just a little bit. I know we're all learning, right? Let me tell you a little bit about the space I'm waiting for our guests to come back in 4 years ago. And I tell you, it is amazing because I always knew that I needed to be in the tech space. So it was something that I always wanted to do. And so when I learned there was a financial educational platform that teaches the average everyday person how to trade foreign currency, how to trade cryptocurrency, and everything happens on your cell phone, I was totally and completely sold. Because one thing that I knew is that the world was changing and the world is going to continue to change. And so I knew that I needed to be plugged in, Sandra, with other people that were smarter than me, that were using technology in ways that I would have normally never ever used it. And then I also wanted to be a part of the support team, right? I think that's probably one of the number one things that's important for the average everyday person is like, hey, is there somebody that's going to be there to be able to answer my questions? Is there somebody that's going to be able to be there that can kind of help me, along the way? Because I want to learn how to do this, but I want to make sure I have support. So let's see if we can bring John in. Okay, John, we got you on. I just added you, but still don't see you. So maybe try hitting stop video. Because right now I still don't see you. So anyway, I knew that I needed a support team of people that could help me with, answering questions, because this was totally and completely new to me. I didn't know anything about trading, like at all, right? I knew that it existed, but in terms of how it worked and all of that, I really didn't know anything about it at all. So when I found out, yay, we did it. Woo! What's up, John?
Hey, I don't know what's going on today. I guess since it's a day off of work, my computer decided to take a day off too.
No, it's good. I'm glad we were just able to get you on here today. So tell me a little bit, John, about what's up, Jaleesa? All right, we got you back. Just tell me a little bit about what you do and you heard about this space. You just muted yourself. Unmute yourself. Now try to talk. Can't hear you. John, we can't hear you. Did you hit unmute? You may have to hang up and come back on. That's okay. We'll be here. Jaleesa, let's start with you, babe. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Hi, my name is Jaleesa. I am a QA for a pharmaceutical company. So I'm pretty much reviewing documents all day and doing internal audits and things like that.
Okay, cool. And are you a mom?
I am. I have 2 wonderful girls.
Okay, and so right now you're a single parent?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, so you're a single parent right now, and so you're trying to. Do you feel like you've kind of figured that out, or are you still trying to get a rhythm with that?
I'm still learning.
Yeah, how old are they?
I have a 12-year-old and I have a 7-year-old.
So you have a 12-year-old and a 7-year-old. Oh wow. Okay, so they're a little older. So they're not babies.
No.
Okay, got it.
Only sometimes.
Okay, all right. And so you've been a single parent the whole time, or?
Yes, ma'am.
So you've been a single parent the whole time, and I'm sure, like most single parents, you know, one of your number one goals is to make sure that your children know that they are loved, that they are provided for, but you probably also found out that takes money.
Oh, yeah. Most
So
definitely.
when did you find out about I Am Master Academy?
Back in March.
You found out about it in March. What did you think when you first heard about it?
I was like, oh. I really didn't know what to think about it. I didn't know. I was iffy about it. But it was something that I knew, you know, eventually, you know, I had to jump into something. So here I am.
So you were iffy. Tell me, why were you iffy? Were you iffy just because it was new? Were you iffy because of what you saw? Like, what was making you iffy?
The point that here I am with a cell phone, and you're telling me that after going and getting student loans, and loans on a car, that I can take my phone and jump in the trade, take my profit and jump out, grab my money and go pay a bill. There's no way. That was how I felt about it. I was like, there's no way. So yes, I was very iffy about that.
So what made you turn the corner and say, I'm going to try?
Let me take this back to 2019. 2019, living a very, you know.
Move your face over a little bit so we can see your full face. We just see a one eye.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
2019, living a very comfortable life. End of March, once again, ended up dealing with a house fire. So me and my 2 girls were displaced from home for like 3 months. Kid you not, it was an eye-opener, you know, because things were shaking. So we ended up going to stay with 2 of my close friends, and for those 3 months. And then finally I was able to, you know, get an apartment and get in. And then here 2020 come, and it's March again, and I'm watching my daughter, and she's, you know, having a good time at her birthday party. And I'm like, oh my gosh, 2026, she's going to be walking across the stage. Here I am, 4 degrees, working, using all 4 degrees in one field, and still paying interest on a loan, student loans, only hitting interest, a little over interest, paying student $50,000 student loan. I'm like, okay, I have to do something. I am their protector. I am their provider. With God being my protector and my provider, I am their protector and their provider. I'm feeling, you know, 2 shoes here. And I'm like, I have to do something. So I'm like, okay, you know, you do business plans, you do this, you do that. And you're like, well, okay, but that's going to take money too. So I'm like, there has to be something. And I was scrolling on Instagram, and my sponsor now, Denzel, he had posted something, and I was like, oh, stocks. So the whole time I hit him up, and I'm like, hey, you do stocks? And he's like, no, something better. And so he gives me this spiel, and then I jump on a call, and that's where I met Layla. And I was like, okay, this might be it. I'm scared. I don't know if it's really going to work, but this might be it. I have to do something. 2026 is going to be here. I can't have student loans paying on them. And then not knowing if I'm going to have to pay student loans for her, I'm like, okay, I have to do something. So that's why I'm here now, because I'm like, okay.
Wow. So you kind of looked at your life today, or looked at your life 2019. Then you said, wait, 2026 is going to be here very shortly. And I'm looking at this, that, and the third. And if I don't do something different, nothing is going to change. Let me tell you something, Jaleesa. I think you're brilliant for that. I think that not enough people take into consideration, where am I now? What do I want my life to look like? Because really, that's just 6 years, really 5.5 now.
Don't do that to me.
Halfway through. Huh?
Don't do that to me.
No, seriously, that's what you did. You just broke it down. You just said 2026, 5.5 years from now. So if I don't do something different, then how is this going to change? So I'm really proud of you for that, because I don't think enough people look into the future and start asking themselves that question. Like, if you keep going at your current rate, doing what you're doing, and don't take a chance on yourself, don't bet on yourself to learn, don't bet on yourself to win, then you're not going to get any different results. And honestly, I think most adults just keep reliving the same life over and over again and not really happy with it, but not willing to make a decision. So I really, really commend you for that. John, what's up, bruh?
How are you, Doc?
I'm great. All right, tell us a little bit about who you are, and I think you're a single dad.
Unfortunately, yes. So I am. I'm in the politics. I'm the national director of the civic engagement. I'm sorry, the national director of the electoral advocacy group here in DC, where I control about 11 states. I'm also the national political director and program manager for civic engagement group here. My job is to basically put presidents in the office, congressmen and senators. My job is to give a voice to the voiceless in the Black and brown communities and ensure that they have an equal fight in the game in politics. And I very much am good at that, right? And I think it's worth noting that I believe that people look at me as one of the best. And that's important because even when you are at the top of your game, sometimes you're still not building the wealth to leave to your child. You know, I look at my 5-year-old she'll be 6 on Juneteenth, right? Born in Texas, the great state of Texas, and understand that the opportunity that is given to the African-American woman in Texas is not necessarily the same as the man, right? It's not equal. It's just not, you know. And I love Texas. I'll fight for Texas all day, but that's just what it is. But that's what I do. I have a 5-year-old. Again, I have a 5-year-old daughter. I call her Baby Cakes. Her name is McKenna. That little girl is my world. But if you would have told me when she was born that I would be the only sole surviving parent, I wouldn't have known what to do. Actually, when her mom died, it was like, dang, I don't know how to raise a girl. I will tell you this: little girls teach you a lot about women. They do. They teach you a lot about women as a man, and they teach you patience.
Yeah.
High levels of patience, which transfers into my job as a leader.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, definitely sorry for your loss. And, but, you know, hats off to you for moving forward and raising your daughter to the best of your ability. What made you attracted to, because, you know, it sounds like you already have a really good position politically, you know, have recognition in your industry and making impact, you know, socially, and it sounds like you're doing pretty well. What made you attracted to learning how to trade foreign currency and cryptocurrency, and in particularly, what made you attracted to this platform?
Full transparency, Jaleesa made me attracted to this industry. But I have been trading stocks since 2013 with minimal dividends paid, with minimal maturity rates. And I trade penny stocks. And Dr. Jewel, you know, penny stocks are volatile, right? All of them are volatile, right? So if you're not constantly watching the market every day, which I can't do while I'm working, you could lose a lot of money. I think what happened was I had already signed up at forex.com, got into it, and I was like, I think this stock is gonna go up. And so I put money on it. I was like, I'm gonna throw $500 in there, and went back to look at it thinking it was like a regular stock. I had no money. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? It's like, right. And so, okay, yeah, let me leave that alone. I think what happened was I got on this call because I saw Jaleesa post something. She was trying to get my cousin involved, right? And I was like, that sounds decent. Let me see if I can do this. I think what attracted me though was not just the presentation Lila gave. She gave a presentation, but when she said, and I think Lila will attest to this, on the call she said, Dr. Kathy is going to tell you what to put in while you're learning. And if you put this much in, you can make this much. And I was like, say what? You say what? I can do it. So wait a minute. I'm gonna give you this amount of money. You're gonna give me a master's level education for less than what I would pay for my regular education, right? And then while I'm learning the process, you're going to help me make money. I can't beat that. And I told Jaleesa I was still skeptical. I was like, I'll give it a couple weeks. Now, if I don't see no results, I ain't gonna stick around. First week I started live trading. I caught some pips, and I was like, I woke up to a gain I looked at my phone. I said, what in the world going on here? Okay, God, let me go ahead and stick with it. And the thing that made me stay, Doc, was I lost my close friend, my little brother, basically a couple days after signing up, and it just destroyed me. And something said, keep getting on the Zoom calls. Just keep getting on the Zoom calls. It was the camaraderie of the team, internal, the existing happiness of the team, the constant uplifting and worshiping and praising and happiness that kind of brought me back to the reality of, you know what, there's more here than just, what's going on. You can do this, and you have people that actually care about your success. That's valuable. That is something.
That's good. That's huge. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, John. I love that. Your story is powerful. He came in, he heard about, the success that he could actually learn from a master trader on how to trade. They're going to give you trade ideas. He wakes up, he puts in some money, he wakes up, he's caught pips. Pips are points basically are equivalent to money, right? And he's like, wow, I'm actually making money. But then also the celebration, the support, you can ask questions. Like, it's a whole wealth movement. It's not just join and partner up with one of us. You're not just partnering just to learn how to make money. That is a part of it. He certainly is going to need it. I think any single parent needs it, or even two-parent households. Everybody needs it now because of just the direction that the economy is going in. We're going to have to get aggressive so that we can live the lives that we always dreamed about. Because even while, Jaleesa may be waiting for that Boaz, that husband that's going to come in and be a great father, it's also nice to know you can get a housekeeper, you can get a cook, you can hire a tutor, you can get a nanny. I mean, all of those things would bring great support. So now, John, thank you for that. Jaleesa, I want to go back to you, and then Layla, we're coming to you, girl. But Jaleesa, so you talked about how you were very hesitant, like, hey, how can I just take my phone and make money? Like, what does that look like? So you got past that. You realize, hey, this is really happening. People are really making money with their cell phones. You get involved with the Academy. What's been your experience? What did you think of I Am Academy? How has the support been Talk a little bit about that, because we have a lot of people on here that have been watching my wealth conversations and saying, yeah, I've been kind of watching and, you know, my interest is peaked. What was your experience like, honestly?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. So my first week, I told Denzel, my sponsor, I told him, I said, look, I'm giving it 6 days. I said, I'm going to go hard 6 days. I have these videos. I have everything. I'm going 6 days hard. If I don't get this, I don't feel like I can get this within 6 days, I am out. I'm taking everything back. I'm out. And I kid you not, day 6, I believe it was exactly. We had a team call, and Dwayne, he was hosting a team call, and I get on there, and he pretty much held my hand through my first trade, my trade, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. This is it. This is it. I'm like, I'm not scared anymore. And it was funny because I was listening to at work. I like to listen to. We're allowed to. I like to listen to motivational speakers and stuff. And it was funny because the speaker was pretty much speaking on Isaiah 41:10, and I'm like, and that's everybody know Isaiah 41:10, right? You know, fear not. So I'm like, okay, I'm in. This is it. You know, I told him, I was like, okay, I'm going for it. I'm gonna stay in. I'm here. So that trade, the support that, you know, you get from the team, there is no reason for you not to be able to understand what's going on. It helps keep everything so simple. So
That's good. And so how long have you been in?
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Great job. So just, you know, congrats on taking the risk. I think, Ben, you know, a lot of times I hear single parents say, you know, I got a lot more on the line because it's just me. But, you know, I really want to commend you for taking the risk and saying, because I have a lot more on the line. Because I have a lot more on the line, I need to do this for me. I need to do this for my girls. I mean, we don't even know what the fall is going to look like, if they're going to go back to school or not, or what that whole process is going to look like. But one good thing about cash flow and money is it gives you options. So if you need to hire a tutor to come to the house, or maybe you need to find a homeschool program of somebody doing it out of their house. I mean, the possibilities become endless when you can write a check. That's for sure. So yeah, right? Definitely want to commend you for that. So Layla, hey, beautiful.
Hello, Dr. Jewel. How are you?
Girl, I'm amazing. I'm loving hearing these, you know, great stories of these single parents with John and Jaleesa. Talk a little bit about, I want to hear a little bit about who you are and what made you decide that you wanted to come into this space.
Absolutely.
And I also want to know, you know, what did you think when you first heard it? Were you like Jaleesa, like,
Very much. I love that you asked that. And it's always like the most humbling question because, I mean, I've been in this space for now 2 years. So I was introduced to this back in 2018. We were introduced by a couple of different people before we finally like locked in. And the first time we heard about it, it was like, oh yeah, you're making money from your phone. You know, kind of someone just giving the info out, right? Just kind of giving it out right then and there. And you're like, okay, that was a little weird. Don't really know you like that, right? So we were actually, my boyfriend came home and he said, listen, we're going to start making money from our phone. I said, you're going to do that. I was a full-time hairstylist at the time. I had been in the cosmetology industry since I was 16 years old. I'm currently 28 years old. So I literally grew up in that atmosphere. You know, I saw a lot of people making a lot of money. It was a fun environment. It was a lot of energy. It was helping people. It was loving on people. But it can get to a place in your career where you're 9 years in, you're making great money, but you're not ahead. And I remember even in my first few years of doing hair, I said I could go work at the mall and probably make the same amount of money in that first few years because you have to build that clientele up. So in 2018, you know, Danny, of course, my amazing significant other brings us home and he says, we're going to do this. I can't do it, babe. Like, it's not for me. And I kind of just sat on it and I wanted to watch him. And then I did my research. And when you do the research and you realize that the same establishments that we've put our money into that have given us this little amount of interest at the end of the year, I never knew why they gave us that interest. Like, I thought it was like, hey, thanks for letting us hold your money in our bank. No, they're taking your money and they're leveraging it in the largest financial markets in the world. And it was unbeknownst to me. I had no idea. So I went back to Danny and I said, I want to go demo right now, which is, your virtual account so you can trade. And y'all, my first profit wasn't much. I mean, it was cents into a few dollars. And it was a virtual account just so I could practice with. My little mind was like, man, I got a whole lot of 10 cents sitting around in my car. That was when the game kind of changed for me. 2 years later, actually within less than a year of learning this skill set, being a part of this organization with you, with Dwayne, just really being in the right alignment, I walked away from my career in less than 12 months. And it changed my life for the better. It really did. It gave me the freedom. It gave me the opportunity to connect with other individuals who have actually sometimes come in and made more than I have. So it's such a powerful space to be in. I'm honored to be here. I'll never take it for granted. So
yeah, no, that's really, really good. It's interesting. And I'm really proud of Layla, Jaleesa, John, all of you, but I love to see women in this space because we're starting to see it more now, but it definitely, even today, when you look at the broad spectrum, it's still very, very, very male dominated. John, from your standpoint, why do you think that, just from a male perspective, you being in this financial space, you're learning how to trade, you're seeing returns because otherwise you still wouldn't be here. Why would you say that you don't see as many as women? Again, it's changing slowly. When you look across the spectrum, it's still very male dominated. Just from a male's perspective, why do you think?
Why don't we see as many as women?
As many as women trading.
Why don't I see as many women trading?
Yeah, I don't know. Or have you paid attention to that? Maybe you haven't paid attention.
No. So, as a person running for office, I was thinking about giving a politically correct response. I think because, and I guess it's one of those things that's a catch-22. They don't see other women doing it, right? And in male-dominated industries and in male-dominated anything, the rights of women are literally brought to the surface by other men, right? It takes, just like let me be clear, just like you had African-American rights at the forefront of something, it would take literally, some white people to come together to highlight that. I think it takes the help of other men to actually sit there and consciously put women at the forefront and highlight their successes. If you have a male-dominated industry, it's going to take a concerted effort and a conscious effort to ensure that a woman is involved. That's just plain and simple. Like, who else can do it? There ain't nobody else in the industry.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it takes a conscious effort. It was like, I've always told any woman in my staff, my job is to ensure that you are able to get to the same job that I have now without the trouble of people before you. At the end of the day, I have to make sure that I am putting you in a position to succeed. Now, you may not like how I'm saying that, but if it's a male-dominated industry, you want to break the glass ceiling, I get it, right? But at the end of the day, it takes me, your brother, to be able to say, hey, let me highlight your success. Let me ensure that you have all the tools you need. Let me ensure that I'm making sure that
you can be seen so other women can know it's possible. Absolutely. Layla or Jaleesa, what do you guys think?
Personally, I believe that it is a new day and age. I think that we are seeing an influx of women I would say most recently, like the last 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
And me and Dwayne were actually just talking about this the other day. I said, man, a few months ago, I could barely count as many women that were in my organization. Now it's like, whoa, like I'm actually starting to have a little bit of the opposite, where men are like, wait, where's my space? And I'm like, oh, it's here, baby. It's right here. It ain't going nowhere. It's always been about men, you know? This is the season for us to really thrive. So I think that we're going to see a lot of women coming in. Because when you can teach a man something, he's going to go out and teach a few people, right? When you teach a woman, when you educate a woman, you are educating a village.
Yeah. Yeah. She's going to go tell everybody about it for sure. Jaleesa, what's been your perspective since you've been here?
I would have to agree with John and Layla, to be honest. I guess as a female single mom, I'm looking at it as, you know, you're so focused that you don't look outside the box. And it's now females are starting to, you know, kind of broaden, you know, their view of things. And I think, like Layla said, we're starting to see more females jumping into it. But
you know, it's interesting to me because I talk to women every day and I'm still getting a lot of, let me ask my husband. And, you know, of course, my husband and I are very, very close. I love him, but I never have to ask him permission to educate myself. Like, God gave me a brain. And we have amazing civil rights leaders like Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth that died literally so that the average everyday guy could, you know, educate themselves, because this is all this is wealth education. And so I'll say this, whether you're a man listening, whether you're a woman listening, I think that when you start, you know, putting yourself in a position where you have to ask somebody else's permission, if you can learn, that becomes kind of dangerous, right? So we're just having somebody else come join the party. Ravel's in the building. What's up, girl?
What is up? How's it going today?
It's good. It's good, man. I am proud of you. Layla's telling me some pretty exciting things about what you're doing and coming in here and just kind of taking it by storm. I just want to know a little bit about your background and what made you interested in coming over here and learning how to trade foreign currency and cryptocurrency.
Okay, my background. I am a cosmetologist and an entrepreneur by trade. I have skincare lines, online boutique, but my passion in the recent past was teaching cosmetology, which is where I met Layla. That's my baby. That's my baby. My hair school babies, like one of the two that I keep up with. So she introduced me to the space 2 years ago. It was a really rough time, a very, very rough patch in my life. I had just lost my stepdad. I made a lot of transitions, ended up going through a rough patch again the year before because my kid's dad ended up becoming incarcerated. So that left me stuck with my kids by myself yet again. Ended up moving with my mother. Like, it was just a very tragic, just one hit after another, after another, after another, after another. Things were just crazy. So I was just like, okay, you know, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out, Layla. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Well, here it is 2 years later, and I'm just now checking it out, and I'm loving it.
Wow, that's awesome. And how many children do you have?
I have 3.
You have 3. What are their ages?
15, 9, and 6.
Wow. Wow. My hat is off to you, girl. Seriously. Okay, so you have that transition. Biological father, your children's father goes to jail. You have to move in with your mom. You lose your stepdad. You heard about this 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Did Layla reach back out to you? How did you end up coming back full circle?
She planted that seed. She planted that powerful seed, and it festered in my brain. It festered. And I had just recently moved, got a new house, you know, fresh start. With
a new house, yay!
Thank you. Because it's been a roller coaster, okay? But I just recently moved right before the brink of all this COVID stuff. So literally in the transition, the job that I was supposed to take, okay, they said, "Oh, we found somebody else." Okay. All right. Well, I still gotta go. So whatever, it is what it is. And then here come COVID. I'm just like, oh no, I need something that's guaranteed that I can do at home with my babies, because I'm not sending my kids back to school.
Yeah.
This is too much.
Yeah.
So I reached back out, and Layla put me in the game.
Wow. And so you just reached back out how long ago?
I started, when was that? Like the 1st of March?
Okay, so 1st of March. How has your experience been authentically since you got started? What do you think of the academy, learning how to trade?
I love the academy. It is literally foolproof. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. It is foolproof. So I went live probably the first week. After 7 days, I went live. I was just like, I'm a risk taker. That's what I do. So I went live, you know, I'm just like, okay, well, if I'm catching all these pips in my demo, let me see what I can do in my live account. My first night, got on with Dr. Kathy, and I caught some pips. I was just like, okay. So, you know, I was just like, yeah, this is lit. It doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah. The support. So do you feel like the support has been really strong?
The support is amazing. I've never felt an alignment like this in my life. Like, this is something I have been seeking for years on years. Losing friends, losing family, losing, you know, a lot of people, because what I seek was so different from where they were going. So I was just like, wow, I got in and I literally felt like I found my family. Like, this is my tribe.
Wow.
This is my tribe. Like, this is it.
Man, Ravel, that I love that, because that is the culture that we build over here. It's like, it's for real. I call it my wealth family. I'm grateful. We learn from one another. We strategize together. We ask each other questions. We mastermind. I mean, we're all in this thing together. We celebrate each other's wins. If we take an L, we say, okay, what happened here? Maybe I got into a little anxiety, or maybe I should have waited. So I really, really, really want to just tell you congratulations. I'm proud of you for, you know, taking the risk, because having 3 children as a single mom is not a joke, right? But now with cash flow coming in, now you can get that nanny if you need to, that housekeeper, that cook.
You better talk. You better say that thing. Yes.
You have been talking about a nanny every single day with me since she got started.
I was like, I can't stop. I got to get that nanny. I need some help. I don't have no support. I do not have support. I don't have support. You know, like, I need help. I need a nanny. So I got to get these numbers up. I got to run the bag up. Okay. My life is dependent on it.
The cash flow helps you to be able to do it. Guys, put that in the chat right now. What's up, John? Put that in the chat right now. If you need a nanny, just put nanny in the chat, because I want to know how many people we need to agree with. You know, there's so many different things that when you have cash flow that you can do for your children. I just want to dreamcast with you guys. What's one of the things that you have on your radar for being able to do? Because now that you're in this space, before you leave 2021, that you want to do maybe for one of your children or all of your children, and now, you know, it looks like you're going to be able to do it because now cash flow is coming in and you can, you know, make some moves. Yes, Kimberly. Yes, Shaniqua, I'm in agreement with you. Yes, I'm in agreement with you. So we got a lot of people out here that are like you, saying, hey, I need some support. And this is the last thing I want to say too. Well, not last thing, but this is one thing I want to say too, is that the thing that I love, that I'm grateful for each of you in your wealth building, is that it gives you options. If you don't have support, cash flow helps you to be able to create support.
Right.
So what are some things that you're saying, you know what, I'm going to do this for my children this year because of cash flow?
Oh, wait. Oh, am I the only one that's not muted?
I
I
hear
have
you.
several things.
Huh?
I have a lot of things that I want to do with my kids. With the availability of cash flow. They need to see the world. They missed a lot of their life. Just with having a parent, just having a dad that's in and out of prison. This time he in there for a long time, so it is what it is at this point. But they missed out on a lot. They missed out on a lot of memories. Sorry, I get emotional when I talk about it.
Fine. It's totally fine. It's real.
They deserve to see a whole lot more than what they've been exposed to. And that's major for me.
Yeah.
I didn't get those opportunities as a kid. So
Yeah. No, that's strong. And that's why I'm so proud of you, Ravel. And those of you that are watching right here that are maybe single parents on the line and trying to figure out, because being a single parent can be hard. I was a single parent for 3 years. It wasn't a joke. God bless me. I did have cash flow coming in. Nothing near where I'm, what I'm able to do now, but it's not a joke. You need help. So Ravel, I'm proud of you because you're saying, listen, I want my children to have more than what I had. And one thing about money, it is a great redeemer. It can fill in gaps and ways that you may have not even thought about. You and your children can go to Scotland for a week and then run over to the Netherlands for another week with a nanny. Come on now.
You better talk that thing. Speak that.
And then when you coming back home to a clean mansion because the housekeeper got the key, you trust her, so she making sure everything is together, and she cooked your meal when you arrive back on Tuesday, so you don't have to cook.
Preacher.
Yes, you better. I affirm all of that. Okay.
I play no games with that. Jaleesa, what would you be doing with your children before 2021?
Same thing.
Now
traveling. Same thing. Traveling is, and then my oldest, the 12-year-old, she'll go and pretty much teach herself how to do different flips, and she'll come and be like, "Mommy, I just did a backhand tuck, this, that," and I'm like, not understanding any of it. Like, "Oh, okay." And then she's like, "Let me show you." She's like, "Can I join gymnastics?" So that would definitely be one. Putting my baby in gymnastics. Anybody that can go and just backflips, front flips, okay. Everybody can do a front flip, even if you roll and do a flip. But to be able to teach yourself how to do a backhand tuck or whatever you want to call it, my baby want to get in gymnastics. So that's definitely one thing I'm definitely going to put her in.
That is so good. So now what happens, cash flow gives you the ability to start to invest in your children and cultivate those gifts. Because that's what we have to do with parents. We got to look and see, okay, where is this baby gifted? And then cultivate that. John, what about you? What do you want to do with that trading money, that flow?
Listen, Dr. J, I love baby cakes. But I ain't doing nothing with her. Listen, I ain't took a... I do stuff with her all the time. I have been, I said it on my live last night, I have been working nonstop, literally, since President Obama's second election. I have been working in politics and have not taken a vacation, right? And I want two things. I want to be able to take a cruise in December after the election. I don't care what the results are. I want to take a cruise. I'm tired. I'm burnt out. It's been 4 election cycles, 4 presidents. I'm tired. And I owe my career to my mother. Ever since my daughter was born, she has been the person that constantly takes her when I have to travel. That's nursed her back to health from seizures. And I want to be able this year to pay off my mother's house. I believe that I ain't gonna choke up. But she when my daughter's mom died, my mom flew down to Texas immediately from Fayetteville, North Carolina, and just did all those things a mom could do, and we weren't even on speaking terms at that time. And like that unbridled love that she's shown has helped me in my own walk. And so I just want to be able to pay off my mom's house.
Yeah.
Just want to help people. So, that's what I want to do by the end of this year.
Yeah.
My daughter, she ain't going nowhere else. She don't want too many places.
Tearing off the house will be good though.
She don't even ask for regular presents no more, Dr. J. I said, baby, what you want for your birthday? Daddy, let's go to Paris. What? No. And I didn't. Nope. I'm taking a vacation.
Keep her standards high.
Yeah,
Give her so she'll know what to speak.
Yeah, what's so interesting to me, because we live in the world of social media, and Dr. China and I were having this conversation. Like, I believe it's more important for parents to develop wealth so that you're the largest influence in your children's lives. Because of social media, they can see all the drip, right? And so those are going to be the people that they admire. So if they can see mommy has the drip, daddy has the drip, and they have character, they have integrity, they treat people right, then you stay the major influence in your child's life. But if they see you constantly struggling, constantly living check to check, not ever experiencing overflow, not only does it possibly give them a dysfunctional relationship with money, but it also can actually kind of inhibit your own, influence in their lives, because they need to see success. Young people need to see success. This generation needs to see success more than any other generation because of all these social media platforms. So I commend all of you for getting it, being in a space where you're getting the wealth education. I want to encourage you guys that are watching right now, get back with the person that invited you on here. Get back with them. Whoever's watch party you're watching, get back with them and say, listen, I want more information. We want to welcome you into our wealth family. Layla, I want you to close us out. What would be the last thing that you would tell somebody that's maybe watching that's like, what would you say to them?
One decision can change your entire life. And for some people, it goes in one direction, and for other people, it goes in a completely different direction. And 2020 is not a year of poverty. Not for anyone watching this live, because you can't unsee what you just saw today. You can't unhear the stories that John just gave you, that Ravel just gave you, that Jalissa just gave you. Dr. Jewel put somebody completely different on every single one of her lives. You can't unsee it. It will linger in your brain, and it will probably come up in your dreams. Not your nightmares. It'll come up in your dreams. So that's what I would say. One decision can change your life. Don't be the only thing holding you back, because nothing else is. It ain't the money. It ain't your spouse. It's really you. Because if you really want something, you're going to do it. If you really want them shoes, you're going to go behind your husband's back and go get on your own personal credit card. Okay? This ain't nothing but a pair of shoes. All right, so make one decision and let's eat.
That's it. That is so good. That's all this is. $234 one time, or get the whole package, $324 just one time. It's a pair of shoes. Forget about it. Get back with the person that invited you, John, Jalissa, Ravel. Man, I love y'all. All your stories were amazing. Thank you for your transparency. Thank you for your authenticity. And we'll be doing this again soon. Guys, I'll be back on here tomorrow morning at the same, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. Also tonight, for those of you that are big dreamers, I started a virtual book club, and we're going to be going into the second week. It's only 2 more weeks left. The name of the book is called The Big Stretch, by my good girlfriend, Tanisha Warner Jackson. She is amazing. She interviewed iconic people like Magic Johnson and Issa Rae. And I mean, she does an amazing job to help you to craft your dream. You can download that book on Kindle, or you might want to get out, go to Barnes & Noble and grab it. So I'll be right back here tonight, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Actually, you'll have to join my Jewel Tanker Millionaires Network Facebook page, but it's free. And we're going to be dreaming, crafting our dreams, determining who are your dream champions, who are your dream bullies, what is your dream ancestry. We're going to help you do a dream assessment to help you determine what kind of dreamer are you. So anyway, I love you guys. Hope to see you on the book club tonight, or if not, we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning for more wealth conversations. Love you guys. Thank you all. You are amazing.
Thank you, Dr. Poole. Thank you.
Bye.